Peace and blessings is real. First and foremost, I want to take this time and acknowledge Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahweh for allowing this word to come out, man. And I hope you sincere sisters and brothers out there, man, is edified by this word. This is going to be a cold-blooded word tonight. And we're going to name this word, when you attend funerals of a loved one, your currencies of sorrow will increase tremendously. Now, I want you to pause for a minute and think about the title of this word. If you've ever attended a funeral of a loved one, I'm willing to bet 100% that you were unaware that your currencies of sorrow increased tremendously. Yeah. What you see on the screen is Trayvon Martin's mother. And obviously, she's attending her son's funeral. Miss Martin is unaware, okay, or I don't want to say Miss Martin if that's not her last name, but Trayvon Martin's mother is unaware that her currency of sorrow has increased tremendously by attending this funeral. You see, tomorrow, man, I'm going to be attending my third funeral in the last year and a half, and I really don't do funerals. It's just something I've never really been into for the most part of my life, but here I am at 47 years old, and within the last year and a half, man, this is going to be my third funeral that I'll be attending. I just lost my cousin last week, Monday. I think I talked about it. I did some lessons on it. And so tomorrow, man, if the Lord allow me to see tomorrow, I will be attending this funeral, man. And I already know it's definitely going to be a humbling, sobering day. But the beautiful thing about it is you hit the sorrow jackpot. In other words, your sorrow currencies is going to go throughout the roof, man. In other words, what am I saying? Your sorrow currency is going to increase. You see? Now, when it comes to sorrow, the best way to paint sorrow is uneasiness of pain, grief, being in a spirit of mourning is the best definition of sorrow. And what you see on the screen, Trayvon Martin's mother, this is a beautiful example of what sorrow looks like. You see? And in the world that we live in today, we should be, every single day that the Lord allow us on this earth, we should be investing in sorrow. Yeah, we should be investing in sorrow. In other words, we should be in a sorrow mind state. You see, you do not want to be out here and you're sorrow bankrupt. Now, let me say that again, because most people probably never heard that. You do not want to be out here sorrow bankrupt. Okay? What's sorrow bankrupt? That means that you have no sorrow currencies, man. Which means that when you lose a loved one, or when it's a time when you need to be sorrowful, your ass is going to be subject to going crazy because you don't have no currencies to even be sorrow. You're just going to be dead smack in a trance, and you're not going to even know you're in a trance. You see? Now, normally when you lose a loved one, it's natural to cry. But imagine wanting to cry and you can't cry in expected times because your ass is sorrow bankrupt. That means you are emotionally detached to what's happening, man. So what am I saying, man? The state of sorrow is king of the land, Jack. The state of sorrow is king of the land, man. And if you know, like I know, you should be investing daily in sorrow, bro. But see, this is what's going on today. Everybody is hanging out in the house of mirth. Let me say it again. Everybody is hanging out in the house of mirth. Well, guess what? The house of sorrow is better than the house of mirth. You see? What's the name of the lesson, man, before we get into these scriptures? When you attend funerals of a loved one, your currencies of sorrow will increase tremendously. And the first scripture we're going to come out with is that Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 3, and it reads, "Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better." That's cold-blooded, man. Ecclesiastes 7, verse 3, it says, "Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better." That's cold-blooded, man. So in other words, the uneasiness of pain, grief, state of being mournful is better than laughter. For by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better, man. So when you're experiencing the uneasiness of pain, when you're experiencing grief, when you're experiencing the state of being mournful, when you experience sorrow, dude, it's better than chuckling, man. Everybody know when you chuckle, you in a great spirit, you in a great place, man. When you can experience laughter, that's symbolic to everything is a-okay. But the scriptures just told you, even though you're laughing being in a state of being a-okay, sorrow is better than that. Come on, man. In John 16 and 20, man, it talks about what? "Weep and lament, and the world shall rejoice. Ye be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy. Your sorrow shall be turned into gladness. Your sorrow shall be turned full of cheers." You see that? Sorrow, man. Yeah. Cold-blooded, man. We got one more scripture we're going to come out with as we get ready to close out this word, man. Once again, man, what's the name of the lesson? When you attend a funeral, when you attend funerals of a loved one, your currencies of sorrow will increase tremendously, man. And like I say, everybody at some point attend funerals of loved ones, and the last thing that they think about is the currencies that the currency of sorrow. You hit the currency of sorrow jackpot, but most people are 100% clueless to that, man. But as we get ready to close out this word, man, I brought you that Ecclesiastes 7 verse 3. I'm gonna bring it out to you again, and we're gonna close it out in Ecclesiastes 7 and 4. In Ecclesiastes 7 and 3, it says, "Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better." And we're going to close it out in Ecclesiastes 7, verse 4. It says, "The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth," man. See that? Come on, man. The heart of the wise. So those that are intelligent, okay, you're going to find them in the house of sorrow. You're going to find them in the house expressing grief. You're going to find them in the house of mourning. But it says, "But the heart of fools is in the house of mirth," in the house of pleasure, in the house of good old but old good times. That's why I told you earlier, the house of sorrow is better than the house of mirth, man. But everybody hanging out in the house of mirth, man. Everybody think it's laughs and jokes, shits and giggles. But it's people out here that's dealing with some serious pain. It's hurting souls out here. It's people that's really, really, really dealing with, they really need some pain medicine. And I already told you what that pain medicine is. The best pain medicine in the world is who? Yahweh, through his only begotten son. That's the best pain medicine you can get. And trust me, when you dealing with sorrow, you are definitely dealing with pain. So you need a painkiller. And that's Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua. But in the meantime, as you deal with that sorrow, as you deal with that pain, you must understand, man. sorrow, that sorrow jackpot, man. You gonna inherit that sorrow jackpot. You gonna be A-okay, man. Once again, as we get ready to close out this word, what's the name of the lesson? When you attend funerals of a loved one, your currencies of sorrow will increase tremendously, man. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters was edified by this word. We give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, for allowing this word to come out. And hey, man, keep Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, first in everything that you do. And stay prayed up, man, at all times already.